Marleen, and this is my knitting podcast from Sunny Sea Knits. You can also find me on Instagram as Sunny Sea Knits. This is episode 5 actually. I'm Marleen, as I said. I'm a working mother, working as a doctor, and I have 2 beautiful children. And with my husband, we live in the Netherlands, nearby the beach. So we surf also a lot. That's really something that we do with the whole family. So the children also really like it to play around in the water and with the surfboard. And it's been a while for me to record again because we went on a holiday, and after that the school started, and it was so busy with everything. And during the holiday we went for 3 weeks to Brittany, also to surf, and it really was lovely. We went with a caravan for the first time, and but I didn't get enough time to knit, so that's why I'm recording now. The neighbors, they're going to work on a house now. Well, if the drilling really gets noisy, then I will just close the window, but for now it's really warm in the Netherlands, so I prefer to let the window be open, if it's okay. Yes, well, we went on a holiday, and also my mother's getting married this weekend, so it's actually a very, very busy time. So I'm very happy that I could find some time to record. The children are now at school and preschool, so that's really nice. And I'm talking a lot now, not about the knitting. I've done a lot, actually. Well, a lot, but I've finished some things. So, and at the end I also want to discuss something about my sewing. So the garment, which I'm very proud of, that's finished. Well, yeah, I'm just going to start. I started off with the Scrappy stocks, and they're finished. So I used a lot of skeins of the advent calendar, the Wanderlust advent calendar of oliviaandoliverfibers. I'm going to close the window, I'm sorry, because you hear the tram as well. Sorry, just wait. Oh, and I totally forgot to start talking about my leaf top. I'm sorry, it's a little bit chaotic, but this is the leaf top. I'm just going to stand up, and oh, look at that. It's really beautiful. I'm really happy with it. There's some discoloration, so this is one skein and this is one skein. I asked on Instagram if it's bothering anyone, or do you notice it, and any tips about dyeing as well. I got a lot of nice tips, but also just putting in the sunlight. I did it a long time, and also putting it in to bathe it with soda. I didn't do that because I was a little bit afraid of it, and eventually I just wore it a lot of times, and I actually am very happy with the result. And the pattern is from the Knit Stitch, and I made a size SM. And first I made it in L, but it was way too big, because I have a thing that I think that I'm a size L large, but I'm not. I'm size actually medium most of the times for knitted garments. Other garments I prefer large. But I made it in one piece because I don't like all the panels and to do all the work to sew them together. It's not my favorite thing to do. So I made it in one piece, and it's from bottom to top. And then I just divided. I left everything on one needle. So I knit with the Caidree knitting in the round needles. Also, if I go in and back, I really prefer that way. And I just kept every stitches on the the knitting needle, and I went in and back, so made this triangle, and then just to the back and to the other one and to this side. And then I really prefer it not to put anything on scrappy yarn, because it also takes a long time and it's not necessary actually. You can just keep it on the same knitting needle. And I'm very happy with it. And I actually don't know where I got the buttons from. Was it the Wool House, I think, in? Yeah, it's a yarn shop in the Netherlands, in the east of the country, of the Netherlands. And I will just put a link underneath if I recall to do it. But so back to the scrappy socks. So this is the onion nettle yarn, if I'm correct, and this is the advent calendar all the way up. This as well, and this is Olan yarn, and this is from Novice, etc. They have lovely yarn. You really, if you haven't checked out the website from Novice and etc., it's, I think, a Dutch lady living in Germany, if I'm correct, and it's really such beautiful rustic yarn, and also a sock yarn and everything, but it's really beautiful. And this is also Olan, Novice, etc. And this is, I bought this at Stephen and Penelope shop. Penelope. And this is from also the Advent calendar, and this is from Wol met Verven. I bought this one at the breidagen from, can you see the color? At the breidagen in Zwolle. And this is again the nettle from onion. I bought it at Cross and Woods. So what I did was I used 2 strands. I casted on 18 stitches with Judy's Magic Cast on, and then I came until 56, I think. Let me see. Oh no, 14. I'm sorry, 14 stitches, and I casted on, and I multiplied it until 52 stitches, and I knitted on a 3mm needle, and I did this one maybe, I think, with a magic loop, and the other one with the small circumferences, no, the small round sock needles from Caidree. And I use the shadow, so I can never say the name correctly, so I'm reading it from my book, I'm sorry, but it's the Shadow Wrap Short Row Heel from Earth Tones Girl. She has a very lovely podcast about that, and I actually really like it when it's a longer sock. Anything else to tell? Oh yeah, the jogless stripes. I tried to do it, but it's not working for me, the jogless stripes. So you're supposed to knit one round with the new color, and then is that true? Let me think. Yeah, so you knit one round, and then if you catch the first stitch of the new round, you don't knit it, but you just slip it, and then you knit again. But yeah, for me, I really need to practice, or I did it wrong. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe someone else has very good advices about that, but I'm not sure. And also, I'm going to wear this indoors, so yeah, I'm not bothered by that. You see, that it. Then I received from Jessica from just some numbers, I don't know. The Sock Connect Knit-along sock. I participated with the Sock Connect Knit-along from It's a Sarah, and the idea of it is that mainly in the Netherlands or Belgium as well, that you send the sock to different persons and they knit on it. So I cast it on the toe. I cast it on the toe, and then I just sent it around, and everyone knitted on it, and I'm very happy with the result. I'm in love with all the colors, and also just the fact that it has been everywhere, and everyone, all the ladies who knit on it made such effort to do to make it a beautiful sock. So and also Jessica, she sent it to me, and she put the lovely gifts with it, also some skeins and some tea as well. So it's a very nice and cozy knit along, and I'm actually wanting to make another one, so I'm casting on a second toe, and I'm wanting to send it again around, and if they're finished it will be maybe winter time, so or I'm going to keep them myself because I'm really in love with this, or I will donate it to the Warm Hearts Warm Feet.nl organization, but I'm not sure. But this is very nice. It's lovely to knit with different people, and actually it started when we were still more in COVID time. In Holland it has been a very more quiet now, but it really connected everyone, so very, very lovely to do. That's that, and then I have my, let's see, the Novice cardigan. Just grabbing it. I'm very, very happy with this. I was very in doubt about the size. I knitted now a medium, but I was really in doubt to knit an S. It's a pattern, this is a chunky edition, and it's a pattern by Petite Knit. And look at that. Oh, I'm in love with this color. I really like it. So I knitted up in medium, and I wanted to adjust the sleeves because for some reason I always find that there's too much, you need to cast on too much stitches in the armpits, and I just didn't do it. I'm going to put it on for you. So for the sleeves, so normally, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit chaotic about it, but so this is, the body is knitted on a 7mm needles, and I did the sleeves are on a 6mm? That's strange. I don't know. I cannot imagine why would you do the sleeves on a 6. No, I think it was a 7. No, it was a 7. I'm sure. Yeah, it was a 7. So, but I did lesser stitches. So instead of 50, no, instead of 65, I think I did 50. And you lessen here until 34. So how you say? You decrease. So you knit until this point, and then you decrease until 34, and then I did 1 by 1 rib for 16 rows, and yeah, I really like it. It's so squishy and nice. Forgot to tell you which yarn I'm using. It's the Snefnuk 7310, the color, and together with the Kremke silky kit. Yeah, and it's kind of itchy because it's now warm, but actually I also brought it along to Brittany, and I could wear it next to skin when it was a little bit cooler, so really nice to do. Really nice to wear, I mean. I still need to find some buttons. I have this kind of button syndrome because also for my April cardigan I haven't found any buttons yet. And for the placket I did use 6mm needles, and I picked up 78 stitches, so that was lesser than in the pattern. And every 12 stitches I did a buttonhole, and then I knitted like 7 rows, 1 by 1 rib. I'm just going to stand up and show you the Novice cardigan. Yeah, I'm really loving it. So I think when there's buttons, then it just falls better. Really nice. That's it actually. Yeah, about the Novice cardigan. Then there is the Tunta. It's by Petite knit. Yeah, there's a lot to tell about it. I used oh yeah, that's it. Eventually I wanted to do it in M, sizing M, and eventually on holiday I decided that it was a little bit too wide and made it in S. And I used the pure silk from Knitting for Olive, and yeah, it's really lovely. I always like it when people move it a little bit around on a podcast. The pure silk, it's nice, but it's more structured and not as soft as I thought it would be, because silk suggests that it's soft, and it wasn't actually. So it got because you knit it with 2 strands, the strands got intertwined a lot. So you needed to unknot a lot of things. So it's really good if you want to practice your patience. Knit the June top with the pure silk. And I made it also way longer, and I cast it on. I cast it on without a provisional cast on. Not a very good idea, because if you want to make it longer, you actually see it as well. Then you need to unwind your cast on. I've never done it before, but it's actually very nice and simple, and I was actually very surprised that I've never done it before, because why doing a provisional cast on if you can do it as well like this? So if you're curious about how I did unwind it, let me know, because then I'm happy to make an instruction video about it, because I was very surprised that actually everything is possible with knitting. It's if you want to make it longer, like an old cardigan for example, you can really unwind it and pick up the stitches and make it longer, even though if you made it bottom up. Yeah. So I had an epiphany. And for the triangles, or not really triangles, but for the top part, I again left everything on the needle. So even though you have to, they say if you made this part at the beginning, you have to put this on Scrappy yarn. I didn't do it, so I just left it on the needle because I was knitting in the car while we were driving from the vacation, from the holiday. So I finished this one, for example, the front, and then I did the back, just left it on the needle, and then I knitted the back, left it on the needle, and then this, left it on the needle, and then I could make the Kitchener stitch, is that you can make it really, I'm sorry, where's the camera? That you can, yeah, you don't see, with a provisional, no, with the Kitchener stitch, you can mend it together, so you don't see any, the stitch, so you mend it together with the Kitchener stitch, so you don't see where you mended it. So the stitches just continue to be like this. And that's very easy if you already have all the stitches on the needles. So that's what I did, and I'm very happy with it. And I had some trouble with the I-cord bind off. So here you see some holes. I could have prevented that because you knit with 2 strands, and I always use a board stake. I don't know the name in English. I will try to find it and put it in the movie. But because you knit with 2 strands, so if these are the stitches, it's really difficult to explain. Maybe if you want an instruction movie, let me know. I will make it also for that, to pick up the stitches of the I-cord bind off. It's not that I'm, how you say, I'm not the genius or anything. I'm also learning, but if you haven't done it before, maybe this is a way to do it. You know, it's not that I have the perfect way or something. Don't think I'm perfect. This is the Tunta. I can really recommend this pattern. It's lovely, and it's also surprisingly, you learn a lot of techniques and a lot of things if you knit this. And those were actually my finished objects. Then I am going to a headache. Can you say that? We in Holland we say a headache file, but this is a headache knit then. This is the Cumulus tea from Petite Knit, and I used Albertine. I already explained in the last video, so I'll just be short about it. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the picture that I actually on the holiday I was already way down on the waist, and then I noticed that plus it was too big, and I run out of yarn. And I knew that before that I would run out of yarn, but I didn't calculate it. I bought the yarn when I wasn't, I was lesser experienced maybe, and I was more, I wasn't really aware of the meterage or the yardage. So, like, to explain this well, I need to get my book on the page. So, like, I got actually kind of the gauge, but instead of 28 stitches, I got 26, and the wool is 200 meters for 50 grams, but I actually used a little bit thicker yarn than I was supposed to in the pattern. And if you do that, it's okay for the Cumulus tea because it's quite, how you say, see-through, I think, if you follow the yarn for the pattern. And I wanted to be that it was a little bit denser. But if you do that, and I was a little bit experienced when I bought the yarn because I used the Albertine, and it's a little bit thicker. So, but if you go thicker, then you have less meters on the yarn from the yarn. And I didn't get that like a year ago, but I get it now. That if you want, how you say, the thicker the yarn, the lesser meter there is on a skein. I don't know the name in miles or anything, or how do you say it in English properly. But so if you, if the pattern says to use a thinner yarn, then you have more meters. So I didn't had enough yarn eventually. And it's nothing to worry about. I just ripped it off again until the armholes, and I'm supposed to put more stitches on the armholes, but I'm going to put one stitch because then I think it's more a size S from this part down, and then it fits properly. And I bought 2 skeins from Albertine, it's from Mirjam Natura from France, and I'm going to alternate. So just put one row of that skein and then the other one, and then, so to alternate. And then I'm just going to make it longer because I really like it when t-shirts are long. And I'm going to put some sleeves in it because this is actually a t-shirt that I want to wear in the winter time. But enough about the Cumulus tea. I hope I will eventually, oh sorry, you're wobbling. It will eventually be finished. That will be very, very nice. And then I am knitting on the June top. Get the page. Sorry, I'm no, the home camisole. Ha! Sorry. So this is the home camisole from Caidree, and I used the Cardiff Cashmere Classic, and I used the color 518. It's I bought it at the afstap in Amsterdam. They have lovely yarn as well. I've never been there, but they have really, every time when I'm searching for yarn and I don't know where I can find it, the afstap has it. So I'm really looking forward to eventually go to that store and to check all the yarn out there. They have a lot of Marie Wallen yarn as well. Oh, look at that. I'm really looking forward that this is finished. I'm knitting a top again because it's still very warm here. I'm not in the fall mood yet. A lot of people took September. When it starts September, then we're in the fall mood. But I'm not yet. I really love the fall, but yeah, well, we're going to knit also winter things later on. But for now, the home camisole from Caidree and the Cardiff Cashmere. It's 25 grams for 112 meters. So, and it's 100% cashmere made in Italy. It's quite expensive. So this is not something that I planning to make a lot, but for one top I thought, yeah, well, I'm just going to do it. I really like to feel the cashmere for once. It's so soft and it's so nice to knit on, and actually all the stitches, they glide off your needles. It's so nice to see that. And also the cashmere is very warm, so during the winter time I can really use this as a top underneath clothing. And I'm also a very cold person. No, I'm very warm, but no, I'm always cold in the winter time. So I am looking forward to wear this as a warm garment underneath, for example, a sweater or anything, and just to have it very, very warm. I'm making it longer again because I'm a tall person. And I'm going to do the I-cord bind off again. And again, for the triangles, I didn't do them on waste yarn. I just knitted it on every triangle. I just kept them on the needles. No, that's not true. I think I need a break or something. Okay, let's rewind. So, for the triangles, this is actually knitted top to bottom, and you knit it actually from this side to that, and then you knit the other one. And I actually kept the stitches. I didn't do them on waste yarn. I just kept them on the needle as well. I don't mind that. And then I just could knit them together. And I was also doing driving in the car, so that's really handy. You're not actually able, when you're knitting while traveling, to have so many things in front that you have waste yarn, or at least I can't. That's it about the home camisole. And then I'm not sure if I want to talk about it, because I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it this before the winter. So maybe I did that last year as well with this leaf top. Maybe I just put it on waste yarn. I will put it on waste yarn, and then I will just continue when the spring starts again. I mean, it doesn't matter if I say let it hibernate. Do you say it like that? But I'm knitting on the Remi Camisole, also from Caidree. I saw this pattern passing by a lot on the Instagram, and I thought, oh, I really like it. And I also had some yarn left from Mirjam molenbeek. It's the BC Bio Balance. And also, it's very good actually for me to practice the 2x2 rib to get nicer stitches, because I actually pull them out of each other. So I'm because I knit continental and I do the purl, like, yeah, I just do the purl as if you would knit it English style. So the same way I twist the yarn the same way as I would do when I would purl with the right hand. But then I actually pull too much on the needles. I saw it at It's a Sarah. So I'm very happy that I can practice immediately what other people recommend in other podcasts. So I hope that I will get a little bit better in it. But for the Remi camisole, let me see. I'm knitting a size 2, and I have a bust size of 96 centimeters. And this is the color Rust. And I knit it on a 3.75 millimeters needle. And again, you start here and knit it down, and then the other the back, and then knit them in the round. And I also didn't use any. No, this one I did use waste yarn. And you use the provisional cast on. So you can see it here a little bit. This is where I started. And then you do the provisional cast on, and you just knit one way, and then do provisional cast on. You remove it and then knit the other way. And also what I did, because it's quite it's a quite difficult pattern. It's make one left leaning, a purl left leaning increase, for example. and a pearl right leaning increase. And I just downloaded it and wrote it down in my book. So every time I needed to do it, I just checked it again. So then we came on to the end of the video actually, but I want to discuss as well some sewing. So if you're not into sewing, then just thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time, I hope. But I made the hinterland dress. And I don't know the designer because I just don't, and I will put the name underneath. And it's so lovely. Oh, I'm really in love with this color as well. And it's a little bit, I say I haven't ironed it, but oh, look at the color. It's so beautiful. And I'm not doing this by myself, so I'm getting a sewing class at Ansje Handmade, Anouk, and yeah, she helped me and explained how to sew this. But it's very kind of easy, and it's really doable. I sewed the size 10 for this. And I actually didn't do any adjustments. You can, the pattern is very versatile. Do you say that? Variated. So you can do only the buttons at the top, or and that this is closed, or you can sew it without sleeves, or you can sew it with long sleeves. And I'm actually wanting to sew a lot, so I want to sew it with long sleeves and without sleeves, and I also have some fabric of this. It's linen by Brunette, I think, and I also want to make a skirt out of this color because I really love the kastanjebruin brown. Yeah, we in Holland we say kastanjebruin. Well, and that's actually it. Thank you so much for watching. Oh no, I forgot something. Yes, that's really actually nice. I'm looking for somebody in the Netherlands, preferably, who can spin wool, because I cannot spin wool. I would love to learn it, but if you are somebody or know somebody that spins wool, let me know, because friends of mine, they have a farm in the north part of Netherlands, and they have actually it's a farm for people who have a condition, and they take care of them, and they also have sheep and all those things. And a friend of mine, he got the wool of the sheep, and now I have wool, and I want to clean it and to card it. I don't know, with the wool, with the wheel to make a lontroll. And but I don't know how to spin it. I think it's quite difficult, maybe. Maybe I'm mistaken, but if you know somebody, please let me know. That would be very nice. Then I can knit a cardigan or a sweater with it, and it would be very lovely, because there's black wool and white wool. So that will be like a nice color cardigan, sweater. So let me know underneath. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!